when things go wrong, a man ain't got a friend without a song.
So ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman from 9th and Christian Street, and the next city councilman from the 1st District, Vern Anastasio.
My plan is real simple. Fix what's broken and reform the government. Fix what's broken and reform the government. And how do we do that? We do it with big ideas. But we also have to tackle certain things, like the AP system. But we have to tackle a few more things. Education reform. Every public school, a quality neighborhood school. So every middle class family, so every person living in a neighborhood, once they send their kid to that school, they feel comfortable, they feel secure that those neighborhood schools, those public schools are safe, adequate, they've got music programs, they got arts programs, they got sports programs. We don't have that now. Not even in the best neighborhoods of this city do these schools have these types of programs. I'm saying it's time to make that happen. Education reform is first. Because without education reform, the crime rates will continue to go up. The teen pregnancy rates will continue to go up. The unemployment rates will continue to go up. And what we have is an uneducated workforce that nobody wants to hire, and all folks want to do is get by. So the only opportunity they have is to go another way, go the wrong way. The second reform is economic reform. And that's a huge one. Growing up on 9th Street, I learned that small businesses carry the city.
That's right.
But they've got to carry a tax burden that is literally the highest in the country.
That's right.
That has to stop now. And that's how we get economic reform. The other part of economic reform is making sure that the senior citizen who makes $1,000 a month doesn't have to worry about property taxes that take 2/3 of their income. Especially when reckless developers who don't even live in Philadelphia pay pennies on a dollar for a surface parking lot.
That's right.
So we want to change that balance. We literally want to lift the property tax burden off of everyone who owns a home in the city of Philadelphia and place it on a developer and a speculator who doesn't build. We don't mind developers who build. In fact, I encourage it. I want development. Development is good. When you sit on land for decades and just wait for the market to pay you off, that's recklessness, and that needs to be taxed the daylights out. Our third reform that I need to get done in 4 years is probably the most important. It's ethics reform. And it's the most important because we'll never get education reform, we'll never get economic reform. We'll never get a recycling program that makes sense. We'll never get cleaner and greener neighborhoods. We'll never get responsible development reform. We'll never get really good neighborhood services delivered to everyone, no matter who you are or what you're registered as, until we get ethics reform.
Yes.
We've got to actually get reform policy makers in City Hall before we get reform policies at City Hall.